Hi and welcome to episode 20 of the Talk is Cheap show. I'm Lumos today, filling in for Laurie, who unfortunately is a bit ill. Hopefully he's not got the coronavirus. We wish him all the best, a speedy recovery. And got a man like Big C. We're not.
Yeah. You're alright there, bro. Yeah? Everything good?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Thanks for coming on and helping.
Yeah,
man.
thanks for having me.
Yeah, man, always.
So let's talk briefly about the last game, Arsenal versus West Ham. You know, it's been a bit of a while since we should be talking about the Man City game, but coronavirus has the world in a headlock right now, and games are getting postponed or being played behind closed doors. We still don't even know what's going to happen with our next game against Brighton. But West Ham, how did you feel about the performance and just general thoughts on the game?
Boy, it was like a robbery, wasn't it? We nicked the 3 points off them, man. They dominated that game.
Yeah, they did,
Antonio was running wild, man.
Shame he can't finish. Well, shame for West Ham fans he can't finish. You know
if he could finish, he'd be at a top 4 club, wouldn't he? Because the rest of
he's
his
got
game,
the rest of the game.
He's got the rest.
He's got the talent there.
The goal, Lacazette. I was glad Lacazette scored.
Yeah, I was saying yesterday on what you're saying, that I think that Lacazette, he's getting back bit by bit. I don't know, maybe in the City game I would have started him, but over Martinelli, no. I still think, I would like to see him coming off the bench, but I think he's getting back to that form.
Yeah, because we got to think, if Aubameyang was to go in the summer, Lacazette's going to be our goal scorer next season, so we need him. Yeah. We need him firing. You don't seem too excited about that.
Nah. If we lose Aubameyang,
we've got to replace him.
We still got to replace him, because I was looking at Lacazette's goal record. I think it's just under 40 goals in about
3 seasons,
80 something appearances or something like that.
It's not great, is it?
It's not great. It's not bad, but it's not great. It's not replaceable of Aubameyang standard kind of thing.
And considering what we paid for him, like 50 million, I think he was scoring like 20, 30 goals a year in France. So
that's France, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
it's the French league.
Premier League's a whole different kettle of fish.
Different thing. So but it was 3 points, wasn't it? You can't say much more. Obviously, Pablo Mari came in.
Yeah, what did you make of his performance?
He looked all right. I was a little... He's not the quickest, is he?
No.
He's not the quickest, but he read the game well. He looks good on the ball as well.
It's still a bit too early to judge. I think there was one kid who said he could be world class.
I saw that. I let him off because he was young, man, so I thought you got to leave it.
It's a bit too early. It's too early to say he's this or that.
Yeah.
I think we just need to give it time. Over the course of the next few games to come, we'll be able to see.
Yeah.
But it's good to see that he has been able to get 2 clean sheets in his start at Arsenal. So now let's get into the next topics. So now let's get into what we would be talking about, the Man City game.
Yeah.
It's been postponed. Coronavirus. We got to talk about that. It's everywhere. You can't escape it. Yeah. And this is just the early stage now. It's still like countries are still getting their first few cases and stuff like that. It's been labelled as a pandemic now, which means like a global problem. And it's affecting football in a major way, and not just football. Now we've got the NBA suspended, the La Liga's been suspended now. A couple of Champions League games have been suspended. Games have been played behind closed doors. You got certain teams, their game was meant to go ahead, but they've taken it upon themselves not to play because they're concerned about the health of staff and players and whatnot. Like, what does this mean for the Premier League? What do you think?
I mean, I'm sure the Premier League will do everything they can to continue, because they're about that money, aren't they? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's bigger than football right now.
It is.
I think realistically, if anybody's tested positive in the Premier League, they'll have to suspend the league.
Yeah, because Rugani, he tested positive for Juventus, and now.
They've locked it all
locked off. You had ironically that NBA player, he made a joke earlier in the week about having coronavirus. He's touching up the microphone, touching up the desk, doing fake coughs and stuff like that. And now he's got it. Yeah. And then I think subsequently they've suspended the NBA just like that. They didn't even hesitate.
Yeah.
Whereas with the Premier League now, with Arsenal, the story is that after the Olympiacos game, their owner, who's been contracted with coronavirus, he apparently came into contact with a few members of staff, probably some players, and now you have to do the isolation thing. And what does that mean for the Brighton game? They're saying Premier League games we play behind closed doors. What does that mean for the fans? Like compensation, what happens to the season ticket holders? There's so many questions to ask, and because this is an unprecedented thing, like no one really knows what to do. What do you think?
I mean, what was interesting was how late they called off the Man City game. I mean, some people would have probably had hotels, trains booked. You might not be able to get your money back. They don't seem overly prepared for it.
Well, to counter that claim, I put out a tweet saying that. I was like, not even a day's notice. But then someone rebutted that saying, well, they only just found out about the guy in the day from Olympiacos, so it was a good way to quickly react, I suppose.
Yeah.
But it's unfortunate because initially the game just got rescheduled last minute, and then it's been cancelled last minute. And I hope Arsenal or the Premier League, the powers that be, can do something to compensate the fans who can show, because it's not like something you can get back on like travel insurance and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You're in the country, you didn't go anywhere, but the fans are the ones paying the most out of this now. Yeah. So what happens with like, if I had a ticket for a game now, or I booked a flight, say I'm an international fan, I booked a flight to come to see the Brighton game and it's behind closed doors, what happens there?
There you go.
Like, what does this
more questions than answers, man.
Yeah,
I tell you one thing, I think coronavirus saved us from a difficult Wednesday night anyway.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I was not looking forward to that game, I'll be honest.
But then, was De Bruyne fit?
Yeah, apparently he was.
But now, if the league continues, then we play them, they're going to have Sane back, I think, as well.
Yeah, and if Socrates at right back, that's like a Christmas present for him, innit? He's going to run riot.
But we don't even know what's...
No, we don't.
It's hard. It's really hard to talk about anything and like plan things and think about the league and stuff, because you don't know what's going to happen. Like everything right now is like a hypothetical, really. Yeah. And it's a strange thing, man. I've never experienced anything like this before. And man,
it seems as if it's getting worse. That's the thing.
Yeah, like initially, I was one of those people saying, "Oh, it's just a flu."
Yeah.
We're kind of blowing it out of proportion. There was even that thing of them paying people to take an injection so they can find a vaccine. I was like, I'll do that. And now, doing a bit more due diligence, reading a few things, watching a few things from like health specialists and stuff, and understanding the actual seriousness of this. Like, it's not to be taken lightly.
No, not at all.
And now it's affecting everything, because now, just to go simple shopping, people have been panic buying stuff, can't even get toilet paper, can't get food. Like, it's like, this is like war settings.
Yeah,
like,
it's crazy.
Like when you're about to go, like the World War was looking like it was pending in January, and there was way more fear now than there was then. Like back then we were all making jokes and stuff, but now there's been a few jokes, but it's starting to get more and more serious day by day.
Get your toilet roll, man. You know what I mean? Stock up quick. But it's not good, and I think the Premier League will have to act. I reckon games will be called off soon.
Now, who do you think is the most nervous set of fans in the world right now?
It's got to be Liverpool. They're fans. Thinking, you've waited, 30 years to win the league? Imagine the league gets suspended and the title isn't given to them. And
even if somehow they manage to make it happen and Liverpool get the points and play the games and close out thing, for the Liverpool fans, I like banter aside, I do feel for these Liverpool fans. Like I've seen some of the prices of tickets for some of these games. I think the game where they would lift the trophy would be against Chelsea.
Yeah,
I saw like £5,000 and stuff like that. They wouldn't be able to have like the parade and it's peak, man. Like I said, we love to give it, but as a fan who's been waiting for so long, and then for the moment to finally come, and then
it will tarnish like a great achievement, won't it, for them?
And even the season, the way their season's like kind of not capitulated, but it was looking like
they've had a wobble.
Amazing. And then now it's just they've gone from invincibles to treble winners to double to
you're gonna win the league.
Yeah, and then it'll be like
everyone will say, well, that was the year, Corona and this, that. No one was taking it serious, and
it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Now for the main topic of the day. I'm sure many of you have noticed that Tottenham, they're in a bit of a decline right now. So most Arsenal fans are happy about that, as I know you are as well.
Yeah, of course.
But the argument here is now about Jose Mourinho. Now, let's go back before Arteta came in. Before Emery was even sacked, but it was inevitable that he was going to go, and was starting to think about who's going to come in and replace him. One of the names that you came up with was Jose Mourinho. And you did have some valid arguments to back that. But now it's looking like we kind of dodged a bullet there with not getting Mourinho. I was never for Mourinho personally, even though like I could see some of the argument you had for him, and it did make sense. I could agree with the points he made. For me, on a personal level, I just wouldn't want to. I just don't like Mourinho like that. I wouldn't want to see him at Arsenal. I wouldn't want to have to be back in Mourinho. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. But now, since Tottenham's dropped out of the Champions League in the manner they have, they're dipping form in the league. Because you were one of the faces that was calling for Mourinho, you've been getting a lot of stick this weekend. How do you rebut that, man? Because this has been probably your best chance to now speak on that. Like, what do you have to say?
I mean, first of all, I'm happy that Tottenham are struggling. Let me make that clear.
Yeah.
I don't want Mourinho to be successful at Tottenham. That's one thing. But as I've said to Laurie as well, I don't think how Mourinho does at Tottenham has anything to do with how Mourinho could have done at Arsenal.
You think?
It's two totally different circumstances. Like in life, in a job, in a football club, they're two totally different things. I think he is working under difficult circumstances.
It is tough.
He's got no Son, who's arguably their best player. You've got Harry Kane, who's their goal scorer. You got Sissoko, who was their player of the season last year. That's 3 key players out. You've also got Eriksen, their best creative player, left in January. And you've got Davinson Sanchez injured as well, one of their best defenders. And Lloris also broke his arm earlier in the season. So he has had his hands tied a little bit. I know, people say that's excuses, but imagine no Lacazette, no Aubameyang. It's a fair amount of players out of the team. I just felt like what Arsenal needed was solidarity in their team. I think we're a good team attacking-wise, but we're very open. I think we're almost quite soft at the back. I always think it's easy to get a chance against Arsenal's defence. And Mourinho, people say he's one of the best managers at building a team from the back.
Well, having said that, would you not say Arteta's kind of helped a bit with the defence, strengthened it up a bit, and that's with the tools he's got, you know what I mean? So
with what Arteta's doing, I think it's more like a case of wait and see. I don't think many Arsenal fans can say hand on heart, I wanted Arteta. That was the guy I was calling for. I think most people are a bit like, well, he's never managed, we're not too sure, we're in a bit of a flaky situation as well. So, of course, I'm in full support of Arteta, but I think at the time, when Emery was going, you can't tell me that Mourinho's CV didn't warrant at least considering him for the job.
Well, we did consider him, despite what it's been said. I know for a fact, I'm pretty sure Arsenal considered him.
Yeah.
Now, what I will say now is, all those points you made, they are valid, and I hear what you're saying. But for me now, in this past week, Mourinho has shown also why I didn't really want him.
Yeah.
The way he spoke about Ndembele, the way he spoke about the team again, saying similar things to when he was at Man United and they got knocked out by Sevilla, saying their bench would get into my team, and he said it again about RB Leipzig.
Yeah.
It's just those things like that. Like, compare that to Pep now, when I think it was it Jeff Shreves was trying to get out of him to call out who was it that made the mistake? Was it Edison in the game?
Yeah.
Trying to get
Martial's goal. Trying
to get into. He wouldn't do it. He backs his players, and I rate that management style more.
I agree.
Go into the change room and kill him there.
You can do that
on camera and stuff like that. Like Mourinho, he always deflects. He never really. I'm not saying you got to put your arms around the player, but literally, he'll just throw a man under the bus, just like that. And that's one thing I don't like about Mourinho. And I think you said we needed someone to kind of solidify things. That kind of personality, that kind of management style can do the exact opposite. So maybe on the pitch you get all that stuff happening, but then off the pitch, relationship-wise, the team wouldn't gel. Like the culture in Arsenal now, you can see since Arteta's come in, it's more unified, it's more smiling faces. I don't think that would have happened if Mourinho came in. I think maybe we'd have seen a difference on the pitch, but I don't think you'd have seen players as happy, as jubilant
as they are under Arteta. I think the thing is, a lot of people are talking about Arteta and how well he's doing. There are a lot of things I've seen him do that I like, but ultimately, are we doing that much better? We're still 9th in the league. We got knocked out of the Europa League in the last 32 to Olympiacos. I mean, me personally, I was embarrassed about that. And Arteta doesn't really get criticised for that result. Tottenham got knocked out, everyone's going, it's Mourinho. Do you know what I mean? We got knocked out and people aren't really saying, well, Arteta. So I think you have to judge managers the same way. I know what you're saying though, that kind of harsh.
Yeah, I think the reason as well why Arsenal fans are less likely to give Arteta any stick right now is because, for one, he's just come in, so they got a bit of that honeymoon period.
Time,
2, we know the squad isn't the best, and it needs a lot of work, and he's managed to improve it significantly. We've not done
that much better,
but there's been a significant change in the team, a noticeable change. So it's a bit of a case of wait and see with Arteta before the real judgment, binoculars and microscopes start coming out on
how
Arteta.
Good he is. I mean, I think he's started well, but I would just say, I mean, it's a results business, isn't it? And
the annoying thing for me with Arsenal sometimes is let's take for example the Leeds game, right? Yeah. The players are there, they know what to do, and they're not doing it. And then in the second half, you can see, boom,
they can do it.
And I think it was a bit of that against Olympiacos. And when it's something like that, it's hard to kind of point fingers at the manager. Like he's had to get under them and like fire them up, but he shouldn't really have to be firing up these guys.
Yeah,
they should want it. They should be motivated within themselves. So that, like, if it comes to like tactically setting things up, like there's a few questions I have of Arteta, like in terms of like where's Martinelli right now, and before like some of the things with Torreira, like a few games he wasn't playing or featuring in them. But apart from that, I've not really had any issues with anything.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, I think there's only a few things like Aubameyang on the left. I'd like to see him play through the middle. The substitutions sometimes a little bit reactive rather than proactive.
I liked how he was proactive against West Ham.
Yeah,
he was proactive against West Ham, and that ultimately got us the 3 points. Yeah.
So yeah, look, I'm in full support of Arteta. I'm backing him. I hope he's a lot more successful than Mourinho. I just think people have to put it into the same context, because people are saying, be patient with Arteta, it's his first season. It's Mourinho's first season.
Yeah.
Do you know, I don't want him to do better than Arteta. I'm just saying, if you're going to throw that Mourinho thing at me, at least judge Arteta by the same stick, you know what I mean?
That's fair enough.
That's all I'm saying.
I hear that. Alright, so now it's time for our regular feature, Ops of the Week. That's where we look at the opposition Arsenal will be facing, also say hopefully facing, because of so much uncertainty. We're playing Brighton away, and it's not been the best ground for Arsenal in recent years. And let's take a look at some of the stats. So now we're currently 9th in the league, 40 points. In our last 5 games, we've got 3 wins, 2 draws. So unbeaten in the league. Bit of a little run we got going together there. And how do you feel going into this game?
Do you know, I think this is a must-win game for us. I've seen Brighton a few times this year. I mean, they beat us earlier in the season when Emery was there. But I don't think they're the best of teams, and we are on a decent run of form. I think if we are going to maybe get that 5th place or challenge for the 4th place, we got to be beating Brighton. We have to win that game.
We have to win these games. We have to win. These are the games we have to win, because we've got a tough run in. We've got to play Tottenham away, we've got to play Leicester, we've got to play Liverpool,
Man City again. Yeah.
So, like,
if you ain't going to beat Brighton, you ain't going to...
If we don't win this game, we might as well forget about it, because these are literally the must win games.
Yeah.
And our away form's picked up.
Yeah.
You know, since Arteta's come in, we've been doing much better away. I think we recently set a record that's been our best away run since 2016 December. So
it's a lot better.
It's positive. And how would you like to see us line up in that game?
I mean, I say it over and over again, but Martinelli on the left, Aubameyang through the middle, Pepe on the right. I think that gives us the most balance.
And who do you want in behind?
See, I've said for a while, you know, I would have liked to have seen Lacazette in that role.
Yeah.
But, you know, maybe it's too attacking having 4, like, striker wingers. I mean, the whole Ozil thing that's a whole debate in itself. Would we be better off going to 3 natural centre midfielders and not playing with a 10? But then we haven't got great options with Torreira's injury. So
Torreira's injury is going to really hurt us now in this running, because like then that would free up Ceballos to play in that number 10 position, but now we've got him playing in that role where Torreira would normally play.
Ozil's going to play, let's be honest.
Yeah, I think it'll be
Ozil, Xhaka, Ceballos probably as a midfield.
Now in the right back position, what do you think? What do you think about this now? Because we've got Maitland-Niles, he's been out. Now it's come out that he's not been turning up to training on time. A few questions around his attitude, and the fact that he's, you know, Socrates is playing over him. And also, where the hell is my man Suarez? I'm even forgetting his name. Like, we've signed him.
Yeah, I know. I think he's back in training now.
Like, I didn't realise he was going to be out for this long.
Yeah,
man. Like, you signed him in January, man. I've not seen him.
And we're in March, and he's still not here.
Mid-March coming up to.
Another Kim Kallstrom, innit? Injured when we signed him.
Boy.
I actually think that
Cedric can score a vital goal for us in the FA Cup.
Yeah, let's hope so. I actually think that Cedric's not a bad right back.
Yeah, well,
I could see him getting in the team.
We'd like to be able to see him make a name for himself and see whether we're going to keep him. Because remember, he's only on loan until the end of the season.
Yeah.
So.
Well, what I will say is, when we play them tougher games, I do not want to see Socrates at right back.
No.
He has not got the pace.
Even watching West Ham, right? He gets to the 18-yard box, stops there. And there was no overlapping, like, you know what I mean? Like, we want to see that kind of combination between him and Pepe.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen with Socrates.
No,
he's not that guy. And then if we get caught on a break,
He ain't got the pace.
He ain't got the pace to get back.
I mean, why is Bellerin not playing?
I think he's got a slight niggle.
Yeah.
And at the same time, he's not been in the best form either.
No, not at all.
And when you got to get up and down, I think it was groin related, I think.
Yeah.
So then that makes it even more difficult. But I think it's a difficult one because when you want to make a name and say like, yo, this is the standard I'm setting. If you don't pattern up, you're not going to play to make the nows. It's a bit hard to say that, and then you end up having to play him anyway. So
yeah.
He's gonna get his act together, man.
Yeah, he does. He's got an opportunity, hasn't he?
We need to be. We've not got a proper right back right now, like a fully fit proper right back, and he's the closest thing we've got because he's been filling in that role for over a year now. He needs to get his act together, man.
He's got an opportunity to make a career for himself at right back. He doesn't seem to want to take it. I mean, Trent was a midfielder at Liverpool. Now he's one of the best right backs in Europe.
Saka.
There you go.
He's looking at one of the best left backs in the league right now with his assist record and the way he defends as well. If only we had another Saka on the right side. Yeah. Like that's it. That's what should be. Ainsley should be doing. Ainsley's been in the team longer than Saka as well.
A lot longer.
And yeah, man. I don't really
What's your prediction for this game anyway? What do you reckon?
Say 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah, 2-1. Like to see Aubameyang getting a goal again, goal or two. Help out my fantasy football team. I'm suffering.
Yeah.
But this is a game where we just have to start off strong, come out the blocks, firing. Like getting into the game and then the second half will be better or needing to make a sub. And the thing is, I want our team to be a team where when subs are getting made, it's because we're either giving a man a run out or someone needs to get their confidence up and they need to get some goals. Not you come on and you got to change the game. I don't want that to be happening, especially in games like this. Maybe when it's a big game like Liverpool or City and it's on a knife's edge and we need someone to come on and affect the game. Games like Brighton, I want it to be a thing where, okay, cool, you've done your thing, now let my man come on and
we
play.
Should already have control of the game when you're coming on.
Exactly.
Yeah. I reckon 2-0. I can't see. I think we'll win this.
How do you think we'll set up in the rest of the defence?
So I think Saka will play again. I mean, Tierney's back, I think, but I think Saka will play. I don't know if Mustafi's back.
What was his injury again? Was it his hamstring?
Yeah, I think it was a hamstring. So maybe Mari again and David Luiz, and then right back. Maybe he'll play Socrates. I hope not, though.
Who's their threat on the left?
I don't know. I mean, I know they got Glenn Murray up front, but. We need to be keeping a clean sheet against them.
That's another thing as well. Goal difference could come into things towards the end because it's so tight at the
top 4 or 5.
It's tight there. But let us know what you think in the comments below. How would you like to see the team line up? Who do you think should be starting up top? Who should be starting on the right back position if not Ainsley? And thanks for having me on the show, man.
Thanks for coming on, bro. Take care.
Make sure you check out What You Saying. That's my show on AFTV and. Yeah, man, I've been at the AFTV Super Sub recently.
Filling in for Robbie and everything, man.
But yeah, doing a good job. Wish Laurie a speedy recovery as well.
Yeah, man, big up.